Hey yo, still got the New York accent here. I just watched a video by Endless Mountain, a pretty good one, about how CNBC lies, and once you start learning how things really work, you can kind of pick out these lies, and it's pretty angering actually. But I think I've always had this theory that if everybody knew what was going to happen, then the market would cease to exist. So you have more and more people learning about the stock market and learning about business and how it should work. It starts to become more predictable. And if you want to create the market and make a bunch of people wrong, you put out a bunch of false information to kind of paint a picture for the public. And when they invest based on this picture that's painted, you can counter invest, and that's how you can fool people and make money. Because half the people who invest, or maybe not half, somebody has to be wrong, and in order for them to make you wrong, they have to paint a different picture than what's actually happening. So I agree with Endless Mountain, and that they're telling us exactly what to do. They're just stating it in the opposite. So because they know most of the average Joes who are looking to get back their money that they lost last year are going to be investing in green shoots and this and that, and I fully expect the market to pull back again. It feels exactly like the sham of the late 90s when the market was just being propped up. There were no earnings, no reason for the market to spiral. There was just a bunch of extra cash around, so they put it in. It's just a big game. You have to remember, it's just a big game. And CNBC's a player in the game. And if they came out and told us what was going to happen, and they know, then everybody would invest there and there'd be no market. The market would cease to exist, I think. So they have to kind of finagle. They have the power to put the information out. I can't contact CNBC and tell them to do a move and then counteract that with something, but they have the power to do it to all of us. So I think that's what you have to remember. They have to keep confusing things and giving false information to create the market so that people can be fooled, people can be wrong. It's a zero-sum game, so when people make a lot of money, it has to come from somewhere, and usually just the top 5% of investors take the money from the other 95%. They fool the other 95%. So you got to see where the smart money's going. And it's hard. It's just a game. Usually, if you do just the opposite of what you feel like doing, you'll be fine. When something is tanking but you believe in it, accumulate it. I just did that in SLW. I bought 100 shares. It went down. I bought another 100 shares and went down a little more, and I finally bought a third 100, and now I'm even, and I'm waiting to see if I did the exact opposite. Usually I wait till it already runs up and then say, oh, okay, it's gonna go up for sure now, and that's when I buy and lose money. So I usually want to do what the opposite is. So it's not an easy game to figure out. If it was, then the game wouldn't exist. So try to be the smarter player. There's a way to win. You got to be the smarter player and know that these guys on TV are never going to tell us the truth, because if they did, then everybody would know what was going to happen and the market couldn't exist. So that's okay. That's their part. We just have to outsmart them and use common sense. Just have to know how business actually works. When you know how an engine works, and then you hear another engine that's clunking away, or it's not getting any fire on the spark plug, or it's not getting any gas, you can tell that just by hearing it turn over. You know what's wrong with it, and someone comes along and says, oh no, it's running fine, it's really running fine, and you know it isn't. You know it's misfiring because something has a vacuum leak or something like that. They're saying no, it runs perfectly fine, and you can obviously see that there's something wrong. So that's why it's important to know how the machine should operate. If you don't know how the business should operate, then this is an even harder game for you. But leave it to me. You sell your time, you take that time and convert it into something, and then you invest that time in the form of money and expand, and that's how business should work. You don't borrow your entire life into the present and then think that you can borrow more time than that and think you're going to fix the problem while you're broke. So that's the bullshit they're trying to sell us, and let the suckers come into the market, just don't be one of them. I'm waiting to see what gold and silver do. I have some tight stops underneath that. If I break even, I break even. And I'm also looking at AUY long term. I have three long-term calls for January on that. So that's about it. It is a game. It'll always be a game, and no one on TV can ever tell you really what the truth is, except some of people they have on there, Peter Schiff, but they have to mix in the truth with the lies, so you're not sure which is which. If you knew they were lying, then you know what the truth is. So they have to throw some truth in there, so you don't know what the truth is. But I believe in what Bob Chapman's saying. I believe in what Peter Schiff is saying. So that's how I'm investing. I'm buying silver. I'm buying silver mining shares and gold mining shares, and I'm protecting myself against a crash with SH, which is short the S&P 500. It's not leveraged, so it just goes up and down with the market, and I'm protecting myself against a total crash. So that's my strategy going forward, and I'm just sticking with that. So hope this helped out, and we'll talk to you later.